What's up, family? So I'm here with the fit tip of the day. I said a fit tip of the day. What? So what's up, guys? It's Sunday. I'm here with your weekly fit tip. So on my recent podcast, and check it out, it's called The Uncomfortably Reborn African. It's on all podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, Google Play. Check it out to get all the deets. But I talked about 3 things that helped me be successful in my recent PT test. Now, guys, I've been in the military for almost 14 years. I'll be 35 next year. And I got my highest score ever with my test. And there were just like a structure that I followed that I just shared on this podcast, and I want to share with you. So just to give you a background, the military, or the Air Force specifically, tests you on 4 components. It is the abs circumference, your push-ups, your sit-ups, which you test. You'll have 1 minute of time to do as many as possible. And then you have a 1.5 mile run. And each component, there's a minimum number that you need to get to pass. And not only that, each number is like a number system. It gives you a certain amount of points. And in order to pass, you have to have a certain cumulative score. So in each component, a lot of people like aim for certain things, like, oh man, for my age group, I always aim for the max push-ups and sit-ups, which is around 45, 46. For men, it might be in the 60s. It's different for males and females. But anyway, I knew that I had certain areas that I need to improve on in order for me to be successful. So the first thing I did to be successful is figure out my weaknesses. What areas within my PT program that I'm doing that I need to work on so I can be successful. So the area that I need an improvement on was my push-ups and my run. Those were the 2 areas that I knew that I wasn't as strong in. So I was like, okay, I know what I need to work on. So the first thing, again, is to figure out what your weaknesses are. And again, this is applicable in any area of life. If it's your business building, if it's a fear that you have, you can apply this so you can become successful in that area. So again, figure out what your weaknesses are and work on that. So I figured out, okay, for my push-ups, I need to work on my upper body strength. And for my cardio, I need to do something so I can boost my endurance. So figure out what your weaknesses are. And once you figure out your weakness, create a plan. Do some research on what exercises or what things you need to do to create or improve that area. I knew for push-ups, I needed to do push-ups. I needed to work chest. I needed to work my upper body. For my cardio, I needed to do more cardio. I needed to do it on the track. So I worked on those areas. And not only that, it was getting cold outside. So I had to run in the cold. Regardless if I didn't like it or not, I had to run in the cold. So I didn't go out on my PT test day like, oh my goodness, it's freezing cold. It's just something about the cold that changes how you breathe, and which if you changes how you breathe, it might change your pace. So all those things. So again, figure out what your weakness is, create a plan, and then the next step is stay consistent. You have to stay consistent. So if I started working on my push-ups, if I started working on my cardio, but I wasn't consistent on there, then all that hard work was for nothing. You have people who fall off. I've even heard like, okay, Thanksgiving is this month. Oh, well, it's Thanksgiving, so I can't start my nutrition plan. Why? Did you know Thanksgiving comes every year? So every year, Thanksgiving comes every year. I got greens, beans, tomatoes, potatoes, chicken, turkey, you name it.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, raw, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkey,
you name it. Every year is Thanksgiving. So you're not missing anything. Every year you're going to have the options of the mac and cheese and all that deliciousness, the cornbread, the stuffing. But you have goals. And not only that, there are nutrition plans out there. We can create a plan for you that you can still enjoy a cheat meal like that. That could be your cheat meal for the week. And you still stay on your grind. You stay consistent on your nutrition plan and on your fitness. And you can still reach your goal. So remember, those 3 steps are figure out your weaknesses, create a plan, and then be consistent. And as you're building up that strength, as you're working on those areas and still working on those other areas that you know that you're good at, you still want to continue to condition that. But keep working on all those areas and you will find yourself leveling up. You'll find yourself passing your PT test. You will find yourself in a better space that you were at before. I hate walking into stuff unprepared. And it's even harder when you're like, I didn't do what was necessary. I could have got a 95, or I could have at least got a 75. I could have passed my test if I would have just got up a little earlier, or if instead of me running on the treadmill, I need to run outside. So again, Figure out your weaknesses, create a plan, and go out there and stay consistent, and you will reap the benefits. If you want to get the full episode and the details of the structure that I just discussed, check out the full podcast on all podcast platforms. Again, that's Apple, that's Spotify, that's Google Play, that's Google Podcasts. And again, it's called The Uncomfortably Reborn African. You guys have an amazing day.